All right. Okay. Zach and Drew with Native Markets. Thanks for coming in here today, you guys. Hypefest 2026. Yeah. Awesome. I guess, the aligned quote asset here on Hyperliquid USDH. Yeah. Amazing that you guys are here today. Let's get into this here and start. Where did you guys first start thinking about building like the native stable here on Hyperliquid?
Yeah, well, first of all, thanks a lot for having us.
Yeah, of course.
Big fans. So stoked to be at Hypefest in Denver. Basically the first big Hyperliquid community event. And so stoked to be here with HL Global.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think it just seemed like a very obvious thing.
Mm-hmm.
So our founders are Max Feege and Mary Catherine Lader. We both worked with MC at Uniswap Labs.
Got it. Yep.
Where she was president and COO for 4 years. And it seemed like Hyperliquid was just this massive opportunity that needed a company that was going to build a dollar that was built with the specific needs of Hyperliquid in mind. Mm-hmm. In contrast to other chains or other ecosystems, Hyperliquid is probably higher velocity. Yep. The users are more demanding. Mm-hmm. And they felt that there was a lot that could be done to make a better stablecoin product. On and off ramps, features like the aligned quote asset benefits that are, native or tailored specifically to Hyperliquid, and then also reinvestment back into the Hyperliquid ecosystem, either through assistance fund contributions, which is useful, and also for ecosystem growth, just making sure that this huge stock of stablecoins was helping Hyperliquid grow in the same way that Hyperliquid was helping the stablecoin grow, especially if we're going to be working on this for a decade. Yeah. And trying to make it into like a $1 trillion chain or something like that.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, so then as far as like the aligned quote asset, like that's a pretty unique feature and like unlocks a lot for within not only the Hyperliquid itself, but for users and builders as well. Please just unpack a bit of that for us if you can.
Yeah, I think it's huge for the Hyperliquid market structure, right? So having an aligned quote asset means that for USDH denominated assets, both on spot and HIP3, you get 20% lower taker fees, 50% greater maker rebates, and then also a boost in volume contribution towards moving up fee tiers, which is huge for a variety of reasons, right? Better UX for takers, for a lot of retail flow that comes on onto the exchange, and also just the better maker rebates for institutional market makers, making the economics much more aligned, with the key players in the ecosystem delivers better liquidity. And that's huge across different spot and HIP3 markets.
Massive. So yeah, it's incredible that has become you guys have been able to unlock all of that and just provide so much extra. You talked a little bit about like HIP3 and even now that we have HIP4 coming into place. How does that kind of play in as well for you guys?
Yeah, so today we are USDH is denominated 3 of the 5 existing markets with more deployers to come online. I think we've seen good success thus far in terms of market structure and liquidity and volumes come through the platform, and also just like the individual markets that have launched, right? Giving people access to different markets that really you haven't been able to access in crypto in a capital efficient structure.
Yes.
Is it the best for every single style of investment? No, but I think it's a great place to start. And then we have different things like HIP4 and the proliferation of spot markets that are going to fill in the gaps. So I think that's really quite revolutionary.
Yeah, amazing. All right, and as far as people getting started with like USDH and like on ramping, off ramping, I feel like you guys are kind of making that, trying to make that relatively accessible as well.
Trying to make it as easy as possible. I think when we think about trading markets, one of the most important things that the aligned quote asset framework gets at is that low fees are really important.
Yeah.
So you can go from USDC on basically any chain to USDH for free.
Yeah.
With our partnership with Across, which is zero slippage.
Yeah.
And so for people who really care about these 20% discounts on taker fees or the liquidity in the books, not having to pay just to start trading is really important. And so we've seen great success, and people are, in retrospect, it looks very low hanging because it's like, why would you want to have fees to get on board?
Yeah.
But actually, it's very surprising. And so these are the kind of things I think that we're excited about in terms of, again, making a better stablecoin for Hyperliquid.
Yeah.
So that's one way to get on if you have crypto already. If you go to USDH.com, you can bridge from USDC. You can also bridge from other crypto too.
Sure.
And that takes just a couple seconds. So that's, I think, an improvement to Hyperliquid historically, and also getting off too, if you want to, because a lot of Hyperliquid users are very sophisticated. They use Hyperliquid a lot, but they also use other parts of DeFi and traditional financial services too, especially with the overlap between HIP3 and traditional markets that we're seeing more of too. And then we're kind of like really focused on nailing a good on and off ramp experience, just for like kind of an alpha set of users right now.
Yep.
But hopefully rolling that out for direct mint burn, so you'll be able to go from your bank account to USDH or back in just a couple minutes. And that is like, again, like it feels so clear that we should be able to move money around at the speed of the internet, including if that's fiat. And look, we have to work and solve some problems with the fiat leg for sure. But that's really important, I think, for Hyperliquid, especially as it, again, kind of has these more traditional assets and attracts a user base that is very interested in trading things other than crypto and using crypto in their whole financial life. Not just to trade Dogecoin and stuff like that. So that'll be rolling out soon, and we're really excited about that on USDH.com.
Yeah.
Amazing. And it also goes back to accessibility. The Hyperliquid ecosystem, it's really awesome that it's such a global community. So a lot of people in LATAM, a lot of people in developed markets like the US and Europe, and then you also have like a big APAC community. And so trying to figure out how do we simplify the on-ramps and off-ramps for not just the US and Europe, but everywhere.
Yeah, no, that's incredible. I really like that. I like that ability that you're making that accessible to everyone as well. So, and then as far as I guess kind of next things that you guys are excited about and what you're kind of seeing into the future of Hyperliquid, anything else to comment on there?
I think we're super excited for HIP4. I mean, HIP4 is this new market structure. It's something that the Hyperliquid Labs team are really skilled at building. I think we'll see a lot of market design. I think we're already seeing a market design that kind of challenges some assumptions about how to build the markets. I mean, even just recognizing that they're outcome markets instead of just prediction markets. So you can use them for things like traditional style Bitcoin options and other kinds of options, I think is interesting. I mean, HL Labs early on had this idea for prediction markets back in 2018, 2019.
Yes.
And they were trying to work on that. I think now the opportunity to have the infrastructure that is performant enough to build that, low fees, and a stablecoin that's suited for this kind of stuff is like really exciting for us. And I think that overall, that's what excites all of us about Hyperliquid.
Yeah.
Innovative team, probably the best executing team in crypto, if not all of tech, and just explosive growth. And so rising to that standard every day is a challenge for sure, as you know. But it's one I think we're really excited about. And again, just making sure that we're doing that for one of what we think is the most important parts of an ecosystem, which is the stablecoin collateral that serves user needs quite well.
Yeah, and then something just more general, like I'm really excited about the proliferation of external distribution. Like I think if you continue to build a best-in-class product, it becomes hard for the big centers of distribution to ignore. And so I would not be surprised in the next 2 to 3 years if you see some major global fintechs, integrate Hyperliquid perpetuals, HIP4 markets. I think we're just kind of at the stepping stone there. So I'm really excited to take that forward.
Yeah, amazing. Well, that's it's incredible to hear where you guys are at, how you're thinking about things, how you're thinking long-term Hyperliquid alignment as well. It's beautiful to see you guys. So thank you very much for being on today, and Hyperliquid.
Hyperliquid. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.